Hi, I'm Dwayne George. I work for the Bardi Jawi Rangers. I've been working for the Rangers for 4 years now. This is my 5th year. And it's working on country job. We all love it. The team loves it. I enjoy working with the team. Part of our work, we do vine thickets. That links in with the IPA.
Hi, my name is Kevin George. I'm a senior cultural ranger with the Bardi Jawi people. This next film is about the vine thicket. It's something that's important to us. I hope you like it. We've certainly enjoyed making this film.
And most of the vine thickets live, there's lots of bush fruits for our kids in our future. And it seems to be lots of changes in these past years.
So we have to be really conscious of the fact that it's an ecosystem that relies on the entirety of the patches remaining functional and in good health.
They're strongly associated with the coastal dune system, but they form like a north-south corridor behind the dune system on the peninsula.
This is a dreaming, a hiding place. This is a dreaming, our homeland, body people.
When we go to the sea, to the beach, background of me, we can just go collecting what we want, fish and shells, what people used to eat, and that's why when we come up there, this vine thicket is so important for us. There's a lot of shade, and we just sit down, come back here and stay under these trees, cook our feed, what we catch from the sea, and it's very important for us. We just come back and relax in a lovely shade, cool spot.
This is the dreaming of our sacred grounds. This is a dreaming, a hiding place. This is a dreaming.
The old people used to just walk in there, all the bush fruits used to be there, see, for eating, but now it's very scarce. Sometimes you have to look hard if you can find if there's any left.
Yeah, this is some of the wild passion vine that grows around the area. It's not really native to the area or to Australia, but as you can see, it loves the conditions growing up here. It grows really thick. It actually covers all the trees. In some places you can't even see the trees anymore.
These vine thickets behind me is important for us people who we have they get bush fruits. We have pick, when we're at season time. This is a fruit here now. It's green now, but it goes red. This is a young one now. All they're good for eating. They just cook them in the coals or sometimes they just boil them. It's a good indigestion type of thing, fruit. This one here is called jamb. It's like a century, but no fruit, no nothing. But a wood, when you burn them, it's a beautiful smell, scented. Especially when we're living on the coast, we have a lot of sand place here. And this thing, you smell it, it's just like a repellent, strong one. This thing here, this golden tree and this birimber, you'll always find them together growing, Birds, all the animals love this fruit. We gotta beat the birds to get this fruit because they always eat all that. Take the lot, right? And we're here in our block, it's my mom's block, and this block called Nyamwa, Milaguna, out of Jaringan. And it's cool, and this place is so peaceful. And it's good for birds. All the time we sit here, We listen to the birds singing and making noise and happy talking sort of things. We still get a lot of bush fruit still in the pine thickets, and some of them even sleep there and rest, have their home there built.
Today we're going to go out to some vine thickets and do some weed eradication. What we have here is actually a coffee bush. It's an introduced tree. People brought it here before for gardens and that, ornaments. But as you can see, it really takes off in the waterways and water runs off. Heaps of seeds on it, grows really fast. Loves the conditions up here for growing. And as you can see, it actually grows. This is only probably about a year old, this tree. So it's taken off a lot faster than the natives, and it does compete a lot with the natives for the minerals and nutrients in the ground.
This one is actually cropping towards the pine thickets. As you can see, there's a lot of seeds, and it's already started. It started from the houses up there, been planted obviously in some of the houses, but this one has actually made its way down through the washaway. And if we keep letting it go, this will actually grow, and it will be competing with the native vine thickets over there. So we're going to cut and paste it. I'll cut it, and Mark will give it a bit of a spray with Ardyaloon.
Chemical use in the vine thickets is the last resort. We usually like to use other methods, as in hand pulling and that sort of stuff as well. We don't cut the whole tree off because it actually helps the tree absorb the poison up there, so it will take the poison up to the seeds and all the other stuff as well.
Each time you cut and spray a coffee bush or a weed, it's very important to put it down and document. You put the location, the ranger, which ranger cut and sprayed, the treatment you have, like Ardyaloon and diesel mix. And if it's big plant, right, big plant, small plant, small plant. And you always assess them every second week and see if it's if the chemicals is working.
The reason that it's an ecologically significant ecosystem is because it's a system that's not quite found anywhere else in Australia. It's a group of plants and an association of plants and animals that are distinct and different. So it's listed under the state system as a threatened ecological community. So you'll find Dampier Peninsula monsoon vine thickets all the way from One Arm Point right down towards Broome area. And some of them can be maybe a couple of trees, and other places it can be like 70 hectares. So it can vary a lot in size. The way that the patches keep in touch with each other is they rely on the birds and the bats to spread the different fruits from each patch across the system. The threats, which are fire, weeds, ferals, development, those things can actually mean that the patches of vine thickets can become further and further apart. So for example, if a patch was burnt out in between two patches, that means that the birds and bats then have to travel a greater distance between the north and the south patches. So one of the things that we've started to do is to plan for preventing fire getting into some of those really special patches that seem to get threatened each year, either by tourists lighting up from the side of the road or just because there's a lot of fuel around.
This afternoon we're going to have a bit of a north-westerly wind blowing around about 15 to 20 knots. We're actually concentrating the burning along this side of the road here to protect the vine thickets, which are situated just in here. We have little patches along these edges, along these sand dunes here. So in order to protect all this area from fire, we're going to put in a black strip of fire burnt area, about 50 metres wide, on the northern side of the road here. Later on, when the wind conditions are even better and ideal for the certain other roads, we're going to burn along the side here, and then we'll continue to burn along the sides here and up toward the marsh. Therefore, we'll have a borderline of blacked out area right around the vine thickets.
All right, so we're here to burn. We've got a northwesterly wind at the moment, with plenty of west in it though, and they're saying that it's going to swing around southwest. We'll start at this corner here, where we are now. This will be the control point, where all the communications will go through. So we'll have 3 people burning.
Sector A, Sector A to control. Ready to light up. Over.
Fire's a really big problem for the last 5 years. There's been major fires spread every year. Past 5 years it's been doing a lot of damage. I see a lot of wattle trees like this here love it, but the other trees, no trees, they find it a bit more hard. They come back after a really hot fire. And a lot of people burning in the wrong time of year. The right time of year to burn, we'll say around about April to now. You don't want to leave it any more later than this because you can see it starts to dry up a bit more and the fire gets really hot. One of the main reasons we burn is to keep the fuel load down, so that if we do get a big fire through here, there's not too much fuel on the ground to actually keep it going for days and weeks and it's too hot. If the fire gets too hot, it actually kills all the canopies on the tree and there's no shade and it makes it ideal for all the grass, which in return makes a lot of fuel again. In the old days, the fires were actually lit up in the right times of year. People actually knew how to actually light up in the cool times to make the fire actually more beneficial for the trees and animals.
My name is Dampier Peninsula from Ardyaloon community. I work for Ardyaloon Women's Rangers. We start collecting seeds from bush to put in our nursery. So in the long run, if anything happens to the bush, our bush get bad and things, we can replace it back. Some plants what we're doing now, and we're trying to put some plants around our community too, to make it stand out a bit. And this is some of the seeds what we collected on our bushes here. These ones are, we call them jungon. We eat it too, but anyway, it's good. It's a bush tucker, this one. And this is a brimble tree. They use it for carving, make boomerangs and things like that, seals. Like in spring, like this season now, lighting time we say. That's when this plant stood out now, this brimble tree. This one over here, this is good seed. We eat this. It's good bush tucker. You can plant it too. It's a good shady tree anyway. Mostly you find these trees among next to beach side. Yeah, near the vine thickets there. I mean, mostly are there. We collect the seeds to plant it here, so when they get big, we can replace it back if we don't see those trees are growing after the bushfire come or things and things are dying. You can transfer the thing, replant it back again. So we can have more shady trees, and it's good for our air. We breathe in this oxygen in our plants. That's the main thing.
here is these are marl seeds. The marl's a really important tree on the peninsula because it's typically the largest tree in most of the vine thicket patches. As a fruit which people like to eat, it's high in vitamin C but not as high as gummidge. Here you can see some of these seeds have probably been eaten by birds, and they've done a good job cleaning the seed so it's ready to germinate. And almost certainly birds chewed this one and passed it through, and then sat in the tree and passed the seed out. And one of the features of the vine thickets is, in most areas of the peninsula, is it has relatively large amounts of leaf litter in it. But here you can see leaf litter breaking down. Marl fruits are in it and starting to form a proper humus layer here. The humus layer is this black, relatively dark layer of nice loose friable material on the top. The vine thickets are at a critical stage at this time, so it's really important that we look after the vine thickets because they're one of the unique features of the Dampier Peninsula, and there's nothing like them anywhere else.
And I hope all these vine thickets will be still here, save for the next mob, so they can continue eating bush fruit and things like, and relaxing in the beach and bush. Okay.
You can reach out for